joining Portfolio Careers, which is what we're going to be talking about today. We've got, like, throughout the presentation, if you'd like to ask questions or chip in with your own experiences, that would be great. We've got some examples today of people who have different like portfolio careers, and we've also, at the end, we've got some links that will help you to like research this further, and useful courses and enterprise programs that you could join if you would like to. The reason we decided to do portfolio careers for the Careers Week was because we've noticed in the careers team how many young people do actually have portfolio careers, like such an amazing mix and patchwork of different activities, volunteering, and different jobs. So it seems like this is the way it's going, and that's what a lot of young people are doing. So on to my next slide. True freedom is not freedom from work, but freedom in work. Now, this is a quote from Charles Handy, and he actually coined the phrase portfolio careers. And we can see from his quote, he's talking about freedom in work, and that being like a great thing, finding job satisfaction and happiness at work rather than it being a real sort of daily grind. So that's his approach. And he talked about people having a portable skill set. Unfortunately for Charles, when he started his career after he graduated in the 1950s, he got a job with Shell, and he was very unhappy, and he was like shunted all over the world by Shell, and this wasn't what he wanted. And he lived in Borneo and Liberia. He's thrown in the deep end, and he really wasn't enjoying his career. His wife said to him, "We've made a pact with the devil, and we can't get out, and we're just completely controlled by Shell. We have to do whatever they say." So he decided to jack his job in. He obviously had a job for life, which people did in those days, and those things have changed now. So he decided to set up London Business School, and from then on really enjoyed his career. And he himself had a portfolio career as a philosopher, a writer, a teacher, and also he predicted that in the future, because in the 90s when he wrote his book, he could see in the future that we will have such a fast-moving workplace that people will need to have a portable skill set. And this is what we can see all around us. And this is what young people, because because you're also adaptable, this is what you're definitely doing. So as I said, it can be a mixture of related jobs or maybe unrelated jobs, like, for example, some being a website developer, a photographer, a hairdresser, all at the same time, and people trying out different things, volunteering, freelancing, all sorts of things as part of their career. So that's really what it is. I've got an example here of a young person called Sheridan, and she's got that absolutely wonderful mix of creativity and also technical skills. And so she is using these in her portfolio career. So she has her own greetings card business called Pink Pig Creative. And then in addition to that, she also helps people to freelancers and helps people to set up and to improve their websites for their businesses. And her paid kind of regular job, part-time job that she has is as a product photographer, and she works for a product photography company. So this is Sheridan, who definitely has a portfolio career. Another character here, Louisa, she had a job in marketing, and it really wasn't for her. 9 to 6 was just far too boring and samey, and she didn't like the rigid nature of it. And it certainly sounds like Louisa likes to get outside, because she then decided to be a gardener. She works for 2 days a week as a gardener for Hever Castle, and then the other 3 days she works as a project manager for a charity and startup to help people get back into the workplace and to build up their confidence through gardening and to gain work in gardening. So she has 2 different employed roles. Any creatives like this person here, Hannah, usually do have a portfolio career, and they always have done. They want to do what they love, so they incorporate that in their career in lots of different ways, as a freelancer, a composer, a teacher, a performer, lecturer, all these different things. And this is really common, isn't it, with creatives? And I'm sure that you have noticed that. So moving on from there, do you know anybody who has a portfolio career? Are you aware of anybody who does that kind of career? No, nobody is. But we're looking at the benefits. We can see this really happy couple outside their camper van with their portable skills and taking their skills all over the world, wherever they want to go. So they're the real sort of classic, aren't they, portfolio uh, careerists, I suppose. And other benefits, it's definitely, people being proactive and taking control of their career and taking it, using their own passions and strengths and developing all different sorts of new skills and things like that. So it's like having that continuity, a purposefulness, and a direction that's created by themselves. Obviously, people with a family, if they have a portfolio career, they may be able to spend more time at home with their children. So again, that could be really beneficial for family life. And I think something that's great about it is that a long time alongside maybe a full-time job, people can keep their creative ambitions going and bubbling away by having that job as a bit like a side hustle in the evening, or having a website, or having a blog, and showcasing their amazing talents, creative talents that they have, as well as their full-time job. I suppose it's something that can really protect someone's future and build up their skills, so making them more financially secure for the future. So there's lots of. Can you think of any other advantages? I'm sure there's lots of them. Okay, so moving on from there. What are the drawbacks? Here is a really stressed guy. He's got so many demands on him, surrounded by different things that he needs to do. Basically, maybe too much variety. So those are the disadvantages, aren't they, of a portfolio career? That I've already said that you could have the advantage could definitely be that you can work from home and spend more time with your family, but in another sense it could be that it doesn't have any definite boundaries, and you could end up just working like all the time. And if you were doing something that you loved, now you're making money from it, is it still a hobby that you love? um, Obviously, being self-employed, you really do need to register as a sole trader, and you need to do that with the HMRC. And there are penalties if you don't do that. And you can just go on to gov.uk self-employment and you can find out how to do this. There are lots of organisations to help you to work out your taxes and national insurance and all that kind of thing, so that you don't break the law. But obviously, as starting from a sole trader within 3 months, you do need to register with HMRC. Obviously, your earnings may fluctuate, and hopefully they will fluctuate upwards. But it could happen the other way around. Again, holidays, sick pay, time off. You have the whole responsibility for your work if you're, say, completely set on a portfolio career. Um, and you don't have anyone else progressing your career. You're completely in control of that. So you need to, I suppose, continually progress in your skills. And you don't have that strong identity that people do have with a job. Everyone says, "Oh, what do you do?" And people pigeonhole one another in that way. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but some people may really like that, having that definite identity from their work. Um, so those may be some of the disadvantages. So going back to other examples, these are some young people, inventors who have started different things, really are kind of useful businesses. The picture of Nina, she has created a resuscitation blanket for newborn babies, which is obviously it's really hard to perform CPR on a baby. So she has created a solution to this with a blanket for midwives to use for when babies, unfortunately, some babies when they're born, about 6% of babies lose consciousness. And this blanket is a great way, and it has an inbuilt pump where this blanket can be pumped up and the baby's neck can be supported so that their airways are open. So it's like an amazing invention. And she has and she's really hoping to save a lot of babies' lives through this. She's hoping that it will, and she's patented her idea, and she's hoping that it will roll out across the world, because obviously it's a global problem for babies, and hopefully it will save lots of lives. Nina is actually a product design engineering student, so that's like an incredible thing that she's patented, and she's doing that all alongside her degree. Another person that we have is Charles. And Charles, when he was on his commute to London, on his daily commute to university, he saw all the queues of people waiting to use the hand sanitizer, and he thought this isn't great for COVID, people all queuing up really close together. And he was looking at his contact lens kit quite soon after this and thinking, well, could my kit be adapted to contain like hand sanitizer? And he thought, well, yes, it could. So he got in touch with the company in Italy, and they said yes, they could incorporate and use the same device, but instead of it containing contact lenses, it could contain gel sanitizer. His business has been really successful. He's sold nearly 1 million gel cards now, mainly to hotels and restaurants, and that was all during the lockdown. So Charles's advice to other young people is is just saying to people, what is the worst that can happen? If you really want to start your own business, then every problem is actually an opportunity. And he's thinking about the problem on the tubes of people all lining up and being in close proximity. So he thought of something really useful to help people, and it's actually hotels and restaurants that have really taken it on. So he's put his degree on hold for a couple of years. So that's two amazing students who have come up with some incredible ideas. More young people during the pandemic. A 19-year-old dental nurse who was at a job and was very worried about her security, she really enjoyed crafting, so she took up sewing, and she made loads of different things, like stitching designs of people's animals and pets onto sweatshirts, and also having a way to have a lovely memento for people at their weddings, stitching on the bride and the bridegroom's initials and the date of the wedding onto masks. And also another student, Eloise, she had, after her A-levels, she had a she had a human resources apprenticeship lined up for herself, but because of COVID, it fell through. And so she really didn't want to start her own business, but she had the encouragement of a friend, and she did that. And what she loved to do to relax is baking. So she started her own baking business, which has been incredibly successful. And she says, it's great because now she can do something that she really loves for a living, and it surprised herself how well it's done. So do you think a portfolio career would be right for you? What do you love to do? Can you tell me about your hobbies in the chat, or could you turn any of these into an income? Has anybody got any interesting ideas that they can share? So
we've got one
on.
here, Lou, with regards to music, ideas of turning music into a portfolio career.
Oh, brilliant. And what is that one, Gaynor?
That's with regards to they're just sort of typing in here with regards to sort of singing, maybe setting up sort of singing lessons, or maybe something to do with sort of their own sort of publication of their act. They said that possibly in a band.
Fantastic, that's great. And so that's a great way for creatives to do those different things. So thank you for that. That sounds brilliant. Thank you.
We've got one more as well with regards to gardening, possibly selling plants and seedlings.
Fantastic, that's great. That's another brilliant idea. And would you be selling those over the internet, or how would you be selling them?
They're just typing at the moment, Lou.
Thank you.
Looking at doing that through local marketing.
Fantastic. Really good ideas there. Great ideas. Thank you very much. So we've had some lovely examples of different things that people would like to do, which is great. And obviously, you're thinking already about your talents and your strengths and your hobbies, which are obviously gardening and music, which is a great way to think about a portfolio career. So it is about reflecting on what your skills are. Sometimes I think people can't recognise how good they are at different things, and their family and friends can help them there. And just think about all the great things that you can do and all your talents. Obviously, we have lots of information and ways to assess your skills with lots of our career programs, and maybe they might help you to think about all your strengths and talents. So that would be other ways to assess all the things that you're really great at, and obviously things that you really find fun and relaxing to do. So that's brilliant. A brilliant way to do that. So thinking about how you could develop your skills and gain qualifications that could help you to increase your portfolio. There's lots of things out there that people can do. I've just picked out a few here, like for people who are interested in teaching. Straight after your A levels, you could join an organisation called Yippee App. If or A levels or BTEC subjects, you could join Yippee App. If you've got a real passion for your subjects and you want to share that with other young people, this organisation really recognises that young people are so good at teaching other young people because they're so close in age and you really understand what people are going through. So there's this organisation. I believe the pay is really competitive as well. So that is a way for you to start teaching online through Yippee App if you would like to. There's also if you didn't feel ready for that, there is a way to maybe do that in a volunteering capacity with Foundation Tutor Fair, where you can volunteer your time, build up your strengths and your confidence, and then, get paid for it. Again, teaching English as a foreign language. Um, again, after advanced level study, you can go on to teach English as a foreign language with some organisations like TEFL.org. They have a free taster course where you can try it out first and see if it's a course that you want to achieve and if that's something you'd like to do. There's obviously loads of different skills that you can qualify yourself in, like a personal trainer qualification. Um, and again, you do have to pay for that, but once you've achieved that, then you can, you are a qualified personal trainer. There's so many other ways to develop your skills as well. There's so many free courses that you can do. Google has lots of free courses like Google Ads and Google Analytics that people can do alongside their e-commerce businesses to get their marketing right. Future Learn has lots of free courses, and Open University, and there's so many competitions that you creative people can do. Also, you can build up your skills, can't you, through volunteering, where you will get free training with organisations like, say, the Samaritans. If you really want to develop your counselling skills, then that's something that 18-year-olds can do. NCS are currently looking for people to paid positions over the summer, and so if that's something you've done previously, then maybe that's something you'd like to go on to do. So there's lots of ways you can develop your skills and increase your portfolio. This organisation called Udemy, they have really good business courses. The ones here look quite expensive, $49 or nearly £19, but there are other cheaper ones where you can learn to code and you can do loads of different computing courses, and they have been recommended to us by people in the industry. So there's lots of ways to build up your skills. So obviously lots of e-commerce businesses where you can set up your own buying and selling sites through Etsy, Wix, where you can set up your own website within Wix, and Vinted, AliExpress, Shopify, to start your own drop shipping business. You don't even have to store the products. You just find them and sell them on to somebody else. And also other platforms like eBay, Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace. There's so much out there for young people, and young people, obviously lots of young people are doing this already, and it's probably something you're so familiar with. I just thought it's great to cover that as well. If you want help to make a start to creating your own business, the Prince's Trust has a great enterprise program to help you to launch your business idea, and they can help you to find really low interest business loans to do that, and they work with young people from 18 to 30. More locally, Suffolk Libraries have teamed up with Radical, which is an entrepreneurship program for women, and there's 50 places in Suffolk where they will help you to set up your business, and also will help you fund team streams. Sorry, Mentor has again really good workshops showing you how to set up a business, how to market your business, and also how to do all the books and all the financial side of your business. And NatWest also have a fantastic online course that you can do about starting your business. The Prospects website has a really good page on starting your own business too. So there's lots of things that you can look at. There's lots of people and organisations to help you. So obviously young people are really starting up their own, have lots of different startup business with fantastic, fresh, different ideas. And so, and lots of these people are going for these different awards at the moment. So reaching for the starlings and with these amazing entrepreneurs to watch and find out about what incredible businesses that they've set up. So what ideas do you have for your own portfolio career? Have you got any ideas any other ideas that you'd like to contribute today? Yeah.
Can't see any in the chat at the moment, Lou.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. So, if you have any questions, then just email us on if there's any way that we can help you, then we will, just get in touch with us. So thank you so much for listening today, and please get in touch if you've got any questions. Thank you very much.